Hi there and good day everyone. It is currently the 14th of September 2011. Meteorologist Robert Spetty here with today's Western Pacific weather update. Do want to start off with Tropical Storm Roke here. Fairly disorganized, actually completely exposed near the center of circulation. JTWC has actually downgraded this to a tropical depression, yet JMA does still hold this at a tropical storm. It is expected to move off towards the west, but if we actually zoom in on the satellite imagery here, you can see that that westerly movement is really just indicating where the center of circulation is, and that's really just right in this region here is indicated on this infrared combined with visible imagery. Most of the convection, though, is out farther towards the east, well away from the center of circulation, all the way out in this region. Actually, the highest winds are farther off towards the northeast, and that's not so much to do with this fact of this center of circulation, but the gradient-induced winds interacting with an area of high pressure off towards the north that actually is what is keeping it on this westerly track. Now, as it continues to track off in this direction, it is expected to run into a ridge of high pressure just south of Korea here as well. That should start to turn it towards the south. And it does look like a lot of the model outputs are in fair agreement of that's turned towards the south, towards the southern Ryukyu Islands out here, and possibly even out towards Taiwan in the long range. But I do think that this will maintain weak tropical storm intensity, if not tropical depression intensity, as JTWC has already downgraded on. JTWC does expect it to increase back in intensity, but honestly, I don't think it's really going to increase more in intensity. A lot of the major model players that are putting into the system keep it right around 30 up to 40 knots for max intensity, and given the high shear environment, all the dry air entrainment that's going in the system, I really do think it's going to maintain a weak system. So really only going to be a rainmaker for the Ryukyu Islands. Some gusty winds at times, so really don't want to put your caution down on this system. As always, whenever a tropical system does move towards the coast, one should be well aware, especially if one of these rain bands continue to move onshore, that's always bringing the potential for some flooding. The other fact is there is potential for some severe thunderstorms amidst of some of these higher cloud tops throughout the southern periphery of the system. Also farther out towards the west, away from tropical depression or tropical storm Roke here, is a little tropical depression JMA is actually announced here in the last few hours. Very weak at this time. Actually had somebody write me asking if this was going to develop in anything. Really not going to. If anything, farther off towards the west here, there is a little spinning of a cyclonic circulation out here just south of Hainan, and this is continuing to bring some rain showers to Vietnam and the southern coast of China, and that's actually expected to continue to persist in the long range here, as you still see a lot of those areas in pink and red over Vietnam here. Also, I do want to note this is GFS outlook on this system. They are expecting it to track off towards the northwest, towards Okinawa and the Ryukyu Islands before starting to make that turn as indicated on that previous model outlook back down towards the southwest. GFS actually does have it slightly intensifying as well after that turn, so really a lot of uncertainty still with this track, as we know about 48 hours ago it was expected to basically go due west, and then it made that little meandering off towards the northeast, then decided to eventually get out towards the northwest. So possibly, though, out by the middle of this weekend, and actually by early next week, this could hit some improving conditions too. So that's another thing that I do want to strongly note, that in the long range, this could develop even more so as it continues to persist out here, or it could just track off towards the northwest and turn towards the northeast. This is just one of those systems that we have to kind of sit back and watch and see how the factors come into. Elsewhere, though, there is a lot of rain showers across eastern China and out towards North Korea, as indicated on this analysis from the Korean Meteorological Agency. All these areas in green showing those rain showers, while this little red in this little kind of squiggly line here, that's actually showing some thunderstorms right in there. So there is a stationary boundary throughout this entire region, and this is actually expected to move off towards the northeast, towards northern Hokkaido here in the next 24 to 48 hours. Yet much of Japan does continue to see this area of high pressure dominate this region, bringing clear skies and actually very warm temperatures across the entire region here. So you're going to be expecting to see those temperatures persist for about a week here as that high pressure continues to maintain its intensity out here. So definitely want to avoid a lot of strenuous activities outside, and notice a lot of the UV indexes are fairly high across Japan here recently. And lastly, I do want to mention some of these rain showers from this little tropical depression that span up here over Taiwan or near Taiwan also could bring in some rain showers to northern Philippines here as well. So much of the Luzon could be seeing some thunderstorms and rain showers here in the coming days. That, combined with the southwest monsoon and afternoon heating, definitely could pose a threat of some flooding in some localized areas here. But that is all for right now, everyone. Thanks again for listening to westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as usual, post them here at the comments page. But thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.